Welcome to Housing After 60. I am Charles Odell. On this site, we analyze the math and the reality of senior housing to find your best options. Let's get started.
Welcome to another deep dive from Housing After 60. Today, we are looking at how a strategic investment in smart home technology can protect your independence and your estate, based on our latest research at housingafter60.com. Absolutely. And we're not just pulling these ideas out of thin air. We're going to break down how a few smart choices can be a total game changer for your financial future. So let's dive right in.
Okay, let's just kick things off with a number that really puts everything into focus: $78,000. And to be crystal clear, that's not a one-time cost. That's the potential price tag for assisted living every single year. It's a financial torpedo that can sink a lifetime of savings.
And this isn't some abstract threat. This is a real-world warning from Charles Odell at Housing After 60. He says, I've seen a single $500 bathroom fall liquidate a $400,000 retirement portfolio in less than 6 months. Honestly, that's terrifying. It just goes to show how quickly one small incident can trigger an absolute financial catastrophe.
So that brings us to the core question, the big idea we're exploring today. What if there's a smarter way to approach this? Exactly. What if we just flip the script? Stop thinking of smart home tech as gadgets and start seeing it for what it truly is: a calculated financial strategy, a shield to protect that very estate you've worked so hard to build.
And that's really the key. It's about adopting an investor's mindset. It's a complete shift in how you look at your home. It really is. You stop seeing your home as just a place to live, and you start seeing it as a high-value, high-risk asset, an asset that needs protection. And that protection comes from what we're calling a defensive tech stack.
Okay, so here's the financial logic, and honestly, it's brilliant. We are talking about using a small, one-time investment, what the pros call a capital expenditure, or CapEx, of around $2,500, right, to completely avoid a massive recurring cost, an operating expense, or OPEX, of nearly $80,000 a year. When you lay it out like that, it's just a no-brainer. It's arguably the smartest financial play you can make.
All right, so now that we've got the money part figured out, let's get to the fun stuff, the actual technology. Yes! We're going to build what the team at Housing After 60 calls a fall-proof portfolio. And we're going to start with the single most important piece of this whole puzzle.
And that is priority number 1, smart fall detection. This is so crucial because falls are the #1 trigger for what are grimly known as forced liquidations. That's such a chilling term. It's when a family has no other option but to sell the home to cover care costs. And we need to be very clear. We are not talking about those old-school pendants people often don't wear. The technology has evolved so much.
This slide just nails the difference. It's the tool versus the toy. On one side, you've got PIR sensors, the toy. They detect big blobs of heat. So if you fall and lie still, the sensor might not even know you're there. But then you have the tool, M-wave radar. This stuff is incredible. It's so sensitive it can literally detect the tiny movements of you breathing, even through shower steam. The difference is just night and day.
And this is why that difference matters so much. It comes down to this critical concept: time to rescue. The stats here are just sobering. If someone is down for more than 6 hours, their chance of ever coming home drops by a staggering 70%. Devastating. And that's why M-Wave is a true game changer. It cuts that detection time to basically zero. The return on this investment isn't just measured in dollars, it's measured in extra years of independent living.
Okay, next up in our big 3 are lighting and water. These sound simple, but they're absolutely essential. Think about it. Motion-activated lights that create a path for you on a 2 a.m. trip to the bathroom, that alone can prevent the stumble that leads to a fall in the first place. And water sensors are just as vital. They catch those silent, slow leaks that cause mold and rot, the kinds of problems that can make a home unlivable without you even knowing it's happening.
And check this out. Here's a great little insider tip we picked up as we noted on the housingafter60.com website. If you go the extra mile and install an automatic water shutoff valve, you could get up to a 15% discount on your home insurance premium. So it's an upgrade that literally starts paying you back from day one.
All right, let's head to the front door. We love this idea of smart locks and video doorbells acting as your digital gatekeeper. It's a perfect way to describe it. They help you screen for unwanted visitors or potential scams, and they give you safe, keyless entry for family and caregivers. No more worrying about lost keys or fumbling around in the dark.
But, and this is a really big but, here's a pro tip. Not all smart locks are created equal. You have to look for this rating, ANSI/BHMA Grade 1. That's the top security grade for residential locks. And this is so important because a ton of flashy smart locks are actually grade 3, which is the lowest. You got to make sure your digitally smart lock is also a physically strong lock that can actually resist a break-in.
So, you might be listening to all this and thinking, okay, this sounds great, but where on earth do I even begin? Well, we've made it easy. We've broken it down into 3 simple investment tiers, so you can see exactly how to get started no matter what your budget is.
And if you needed one last visual to really hammer the point home, this chart is it. That tiny little bar on the left is your one-time tech investment. That huge bar on the right is one single year of assisted living costs. Yeah, the numbers speak for themselves. It's a powerful picture of how a small, smart decision now prevents a financial nightmare later.
Okay, so let's walk through these tiers real quick. The Budget Guard is a fantastic place to start. It covers the basics, like a video doorbell and smart smoke alarms. Then you've got the Total Fortress, which is, the whole shebang. But the real sweet spot, what we're calling the investor's choice, is right there in the middle, the mid-range tier. For around $2,500, you get all the heavy hitters, the smart lock, the path lights, and those critical M-Wave fall sensors. This one package really protects against about 90% of the biggest risks.
All right, we've talked about the why and the what. Now it's time for the how. This is your action plan, a simple 5-step checklist you can use to get the ball rolling today.
First up, audit your Wi-Fi. It's the foundation for all of this. You need a good, strong signal. Second, walk through your home and identify the high-risk zones. The bottom of the stairs, the bathroom floor. Third, and this is a big one, assign a tech-savvy family member or friend to be your technical lead. Fourth, when you're buying gear, only look for devices that are Matter certified. It's a new standard that ensures everything will play nicely together. And fifth, just test your system once a month. Now, if you want the full technical breakdown on each of these steps, you can check out the post on housingafter60.com.
We want to leave you with this final thought because it's just so powerful. Be the landlord of your own life, not a tenant in a facility. It's all about taking control of the hardware, of your environment, right now. It really is about being proactive and making these choices for yourself on your own terms before someone else has to. Thanks for watching. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to housingafter60.com. And don't forget to check the links in the description below.
Your peace and enjoyment in retirement depends on the right housing strategy. Visit housingafter60.com for our full analysis and cost transparency guides. I will see you in the next video.